Hive, man.
Yes, finally.
Welcome back. Another week, another fun stuff that we have done.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fourth CBRS channel podcast.
Wow, already 4.
Yeah, it's going interesting.
Yeah, like the whole week I'm thinking about
Exactly,
it.
like the whole week you're
please,
anticipating.
Monday,
Yeah.
let it be Monday so we can start again.
Please let me have a day off so I wouldn't need to work.
Again, very lucky for
We're
you.
so lucky.
I mean, that
Next Monday too, I think. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
that's amazing.
We got something new today, right?
Yes, today we have a friend of ours, a guest who appears on audio. Sadly, we have no video for him, but we're gonna figure out maybe in a 100th episodes we're gonna have like everything connected to everything, like 17 cameras.
Once we have good equipment, we can really do a lot of.
We can do a lot of things right now, but it will be a bit more interesting, a bit more professional. I think this is already like quite professional. We have like camera, we have this, we have that. We can add stuff, so it's very cool. Today's guest is our friend Flynn. He's also a member of Cold Beetroot Soup, the CBRS family, and he is. First of all, welcome, Flynn.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me on the show. Really happy to be here.
Absolutely, you have the how you say the privilege of being the first guest on the CBRS podcast. So kudos to you.
It's very exciting.
I'm gonna let you tell a little bit about yourself because you're a man of many things, and I think the best they can describe you is yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Flynn Jameson. My current, focus in work is on business development and communications. So my roles have typically been focused on community side, whether it be moderation or management. But this year I kind of shifted focus to business development because I realized that no one was really doing any. And so my primary focus has been on business to business development, relations, getting new strategic partnerships set up, getting technological integrations arranged and scheduled, organizational stuff primarily. But it's been quite a journey the last couple years, to say the least. I started in Cosmos ecosystem about 4 years ago, looking for solutions. That's why I really came to the blockchain space. I was looking for solutions to problems that I was having, and so I found this cool little application called Alter on the Secret Network, and Alter kind of changed everything because from there I met Oscar. Then through Oscar, I met Eric.
Oh, Oscar? Who's Oscar?
Got into the Archway. Oscar is the co-founder and CEO of Alter Network.
Ah, cool.
He also runs most of Bonus Block's operations. Bonus Block is a platform focused on monetizing user data. So what you do with your wallet, that's valuable information. So Bonus Block is designed to make it easier for projects to onboard new users. So the focus of, getting blockchain mass adoption has been Oscar's number one focus with everything that he's done. Mm-hmm. And the way that I kind of transitioned into a more formal role was that there wasn't really anyone filling the space, during the 2022 bear market. So I kind of hopped in, started moderating, got into that community manager role, and lo and behold, here I am 2 years later after first joining up with Alter, and I'm able to, oversee business development and, help it move forward. That is the goal.
And so when you came into Cosmos, was that like the first time for you, like the first Web3 experience, or like totally in crypto world, or did you know? I mean, like, did you even come across blockchain?
Yeah, so my background is in writing, so
Yeah.
creative writing leaning, but my other backgrounds are in history and finance, so they kind of come together really nicely. In about 2019, I was primarily focused on the stock markets. So I was trying to find um, like regular people writing about the stock market, writing about markets, like because a lot of the information that is presented to the public is very one-sided and it's written by investment banks. So I was looking for real people writing real things about real businesses. And so, primarily at the time, I was on a platform called seekingalpha.com. They are a major financial market research platform. But one of the issues that I ran into was actually making money on there because the way that they are set up is that they have an editorial board that decides what gets to be published.
Hmm.
And so that kind of um, restriction made me look elsewhere. And so primarily I was focused solely on writing. I wasn't looking at DeFi. I didn't care about Bitcoin. It was just I was looking for a place to write and to publish.
Yeah.
And
Funny thing is that
I
like when
found this guy on social media. His name's Scott Cunningham. And back in the day, he was very involved with creating crypto platform reviews, interviewing founders, that sort of thing. And he introduced me to this place called Hive. I don't know if you've heard about it, but
hmm,
in 2020, Hive was pretty much the best place to publish information without anyone telling you, hey, this doesn't meet our standards or this doesn't, sound the way we want it to. And having that freedom to express my opinion in a public space where everyone can see it, fantastic.
also get
So
rewarded, right?
I joined Hive a little bit after the fork in 2020. First, I was looking at blogging, so obviously Peak D, Hive.blog, S&C, but then I found Leo Finance, and Leo Finance was advertising itself as essentially a Seeking Alpha, but on the blockchain, where anybody could publish their financial knowledge and earn income. So of course I had to join in on that, and so for the first year or so that I was on Hive, I was posting exclusively to Leo Finance. Had a couple articles go viral, which is always very cool. But at the end of the day, the utility of the platform is what attracted me. I wasn't looking to gamble. I wasn't looking to really do anything other than just to write. And so Hive offers probably one of the only places online where you can write what you want, you can publish it, and you can earn income from it. And that is a pretty powerful thing because most writers in general struggle to earn a living from producing their work. And so Hive essentially empowers people uh, to earn from their skills so that way they don't have to compromise who they are. They can still freely express themselves and they aren't subject to the same restrictions as you would elsewhere. That's kind of how I got in. It was solely from a blogging and writing perspective. It had nothing to do with DeFi, if you can believe it.
No, I
Yeah.
can completely believe it because what I wanted to say, when you were talking about like one of the platforms, they have like this wall that you have to go through, and see if your
Mhm.
publications will, if your writings or articles will be published, For us was the same when we started to search for these things to get into a blockchain in the sense of, yeah, back in 2017 when like all the video cards were bought out like being
Mm.
twice as if not three times as expensive as they used to be in a span of a month or so, and we were looking to different ways of being a part of it. And we tried trading. It's just a headache. It's like you have to be made for that, or you literally have to kind of take sleeping pills and then take coffee breaks to be awake on a certain moments of time, so that as a creative was just like nothing for
Yep.
us. And what happened back on the Steam times, there was the DTube version of the decentralized YouTube, and for fun we literally placed yeah, 1 second, okay, could you do it please? uh, we placed a video of like 30 seconds, and after half an hour, we received like a $50 reward from the blockchain itself. So
Ooh.
it was like, okay, we know where we are, we know what we want to do, so we want to make content on this platform because it doesn't, as you say, there's no like restrictions, nothing, and you could just be as creative as you want, and being rewarded for something that people actually like. So of course, some of the content that is just
Yes.
like weak, they won't be upvoted as some content that people see was made for people, was made for fun, and they put effort in it. So from then on, from 2018, we started making like all sorts of unintentional promotions and comedy sketches, which we're coming back to like now on all the platforms, not only Hive, but also all the platforms that are centralized. Not necessarily that we want to put them on centralized, but we see no like there's no bad thing putting your content on all the platforms, right?
Yeah, it's like it depends on like some people are
Subject to, of course, but ours like light-headed comedy sketches,
Yeah.
that everybody can enjoy.
Exactly. Plus, since we enjoy being on Hive, we always kind of represent Hive with a Hive cap or
Merch,
t-shirt,
swag,
some merch,
and also
swag,
like expositions. We always try to um, build up some energy, like people can feel us, from far away, I think.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
like speaking about blockchain. So since you are doing business development, tell us a little bit more about the projects that you are involved in.
Yeah, so I guess the easiest way is just kind of list them off. So the first and primary, let's call it my day job. I am a part-time contributor at Dopenomics, which is a tokenomics engineering and design firm run by my good friend Eric Weiseman
Cool.
and his sister Katie. Dopenomics primarily, what my role is copywriting, editing, and then a lot of the like little things. I'm not the one obviously creating the tokens, but I'm helping present it,
Okay.
shall we say, to the client. So that way, when the client reads it, it sounds like something they can actually understand, because a lot of the stuff that we do is extremely technical. And so my job is to come in and help make it sound more like for normies
Yeah.
than for crypto people, because there's so much jargon and so much technical background that a lot of these people just don't have. And so we have to remember, as ambassadors for blockchain technology, that we need to present it in an easy to understand way.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I'm at with Dopenomics. Next up, I am the chief communications officer and kind of looking to also do podcasting for Evolved Human Care. Evolved Human Care is a marketplace that connects physicians with patients. So it is a healthcare focus, but as you can tell with the name, Evolved Human Care, because typically in the world today, the average person does not have a very positive experience with healthcare. So we are looking to evolve past that. And what makes Evolved Human Care unique is that Evolved Human Care will be offering both your modern medicine, with pharmaceuticals and the latest in technological innovation, alongside traditional and holistic healing and wellness practicing. So we are offering the full spectrum of services for patients and users of our platform.
Interesting.
Right now, we are in the second phase of development. We're doing a lot of the blockchain functions for the business this last quarter of the year. We are going to be launching officially in Mexico next year. We are aiming for January. Our MVP came out about 3 weeks ago, three and a half weeks ago. Platform's designed. The core, I guess, selling point is that when it comes to your health, the most financially valuable component is your healthcare data, your health records. And one of the cool things that we've managed to do is design a platform where the patient maintains control over their health records, except when they choose to consent to give them. So your health records are not being shared publicly and sold for a profit at your expense. So this is a way of giving power back to the people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a common theme with a lot of the projects that I work with, is I'm looking to give power back to the people, back to the users, instead of letting these intermediaries and third parties essentially control the most valuable component of this whole business. So Evolved Human Care is going to be using some very interesting blockchain technology. We are currently hosted on Akash Network, so it's a distributed hosting for the application, for the website. And yeah, it's very, very exciting. We've been working very, very hard. And hopefully in the next few months, we'll be getting out there a lot more. We already have plans to do podcasts. I'm sure the team would love to come on here as well, because
they're
we're a
very
bunch of
welcome.
normal people.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we-
the healthcare issues, it's very important. Like especially, like look, we're in the Netherlands. For us, it's not super expensive. The healthcare. Well, look,
Wow.
no, but look in the US.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
Yes.
look at the US and what you pay in the Netherlands, it's
I mean, you have to look at the Netherlands in Europe.
no. But still, like you can even do it here. What, for 50 euros if you want to per
Yeah,
month?
50 euros in
Yeah.
Lithuania, it's for free.
In Lithuania, it's for free. But if you go look in Mexico and
Yeah,
Venezuela,
absolutely.
in these countries, that's why you're probably starting there, because their healthcare is just crazy.
Not only. I
Well,
mean,
the-
one of the
the-
interesting
the-
things is the similarity between the evolved human care and the guys who are working at the Hague Tech, who are also working something in a like blockchain region to
yeah.
maintain the information of the client, as you say, to be able to open it to specific doctors or not to show them to specific doctors. But their alignment was that the information often is different by different doctors. So what you want to have is like a
Yes.
streamlined, proper one information that people
Yeah.
can just go and look at, instead of having like several different doctors talking about the same thing from a different perspective and coming to a different conclusions, maybe even, know.
By the way, why Mexico first?
Yeah, so our founder and CEO, Dr. Jorge, is from Mexico City. Our CMO, Diego, is from his family's from Jalisco State, so southern Mexico.
Yeah.
And as you alluded to, Mexico does not currently have a real health system
Yeah.
to speak of. There's no digital health records. That doesn't exist. There's no real federal level or even really state level organization for clinics. It's very decentralized in the old sense because there's really no order to any of it. So
that's
what
a
we're
big
going to
problem.
do is we're going to enter the Mexican market and begin. I think primarily our focus is going to start with southern Mexico and kind of branch out region to region. But we are going to actually create the system that Mexico is going to have access to.
Huge.
The great thing about our technology is we're not forcing anyone to use it. This is completely voluntary. If you want to continue accessing healthcare as you have before, that is your decision. But should you want an alternative, should you want evolved human care, we will be there, offer whatever it is you might need. And the other big thing is that because there is no one else attempting to do this, there's also no competition.
Yeah.
So take all your healthcare industry knowledge and make essentially a brand new paradigm where the individual patient is the one who controls their data, and doctors and physicians are merely given permission to access it instead of controlling it or having like paper records, right? Like how things used to be where you have paper records for all your stuff, and then you have paper records at 6 different doctors.
Yeah.
We are bringing that all together in one interface so that patients hopefully will feel less overwhelmed about, interacting with the system.
Yeah.
Because our big goal is to improve the patient experience and the physician experience. And to do that, we have to actually offer, new innovation, new value to convince people to want to use it. Because it is voluntary, because we aren't forcing anyone to use our platform. The aim is we're starting with physicians, and then the physicians will be bringing their patients. So that way, physicians will be our primary paying customers to start. However, over time, we seek to, of course, onboard the patients and get everybody kind of organized so that it is easier to deploy care should you need it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these really rural, underserved areas are where the biggest demand is for healthcare.
Yeah.
And so that's also another big reason why we're focusing on Mexico first, is because we want to demonstrate first that it works, but second that in a Spanish-speaking country that is very economically not organized around modern healthcare, we want to then take that model and expand into Latin America, all 18 countries, 660 million people. That's our first real target market for evolved human care. But additionally, we also have operations based in Canada, and then also, the most exciting thing, I think, in Dubai. So evolved human care has some very, very big plans going forward. We've worked really, really hard to get to this point, so stay tuned for future updates on that. We do aim to enter Europe, to go to the Netherlands and all that area.
Yeah.
So our primary thing is we want to not only bring blockchain technology to the masses, but we want to do it in such a way where they don't even know that they're using blockchain technology. Because when you use Facebook, you don't know necessarily that you're using Cloudflare.
Yeah.
The technology itself is not what people know much about. They just use Facebook because it works.
Yeah.
That's the main idea. We want people to use blockchain technology, not know that they're using it, and that it just works.
We have
because that's
the
how
same
you
problem
really
also with
attract people.
by the way, we have the same problem with Hive as well. That's that we are trying to show people it's Hive blockchain, but in other case we should just create things, create tools for people to use. They don't have to know that it's built on blockchain.
That's the story since 2018,
Exactly.
and we've been there. And what I think the best is to do is something that like the Splinterlands and now Steam Monsters or they achieved to brand themselves as a brand and not brand themselves as a Hive dApp. and then whatever you do in this
Yes.
app, in the game, in the blockchain, like in a video upload system, like YouTube, DTube, Rumble, you don't need to say that it's decentralized or centralized. You just make an app that uses blockchain technology, then a lot of people are using it. It's not necessarily that you need to know, as you said, that they're using blockchain technology for something. Even the same Facebook, and Meta and Instagram, soon they're going to be also using blockchain technologies implemented, but it's not necessarily has to be visible or known to people, to users that are using some sort of blockchain technology.
Yeah, but well done on the human healthcare.
Absolutely. This message was brought to you by Evolve Human.
No, really nice project.
Evolved Human Care.
Yeah, very nice project, and I hope one day you guys, all of you, can join us on this podcast and maybe tell us a little bit more everything in detail. I think maybe it would be even interesting for the Spanish speaking people to find out about this, especially people in Venezuela, since we have a huge Venezuela community on Hive.
Yes.
And for them to find out about this and pray that this will come to Venezuela as soon as possible, because people there are in need of good healthcare.
And a new government.
Yeah.
And a new, new government.
Just add on to that, like,
so
the big, yep.
So actually moving on the same direction of blockchain technologies and everything, of course, we spoke a little bit briefly last podcast about 3Speak and what they're going through. I know that you were also involved in a couple of projects about video recording, video, how you call it, keeping.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit, what do you see from all this situation, and what are the problems they encountered? And maybe your own tech observation of what can be done and what are the ways possible to fix the problem that 3Speak is ongoing now?
Yeah, so I followed 3Speak off and on the last couple years, and one of the big issues that I ran into was obviously uploading. Because when you go to upload your content, you have been uploading to IPFS, the Interplanetary File System, which is a decentralized network. It does enable for organic discovery of content, but it is very slow and it is very inefficient in its current form. So IPFS is good for some things, but if you need fast retrieval of a video that you want to watch within an hour, IPFS is not great because it's slow, and people coming from YouTube or Rumble, they're used to clicking on the video and then it loading immediately and then playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So technologically speaking, there have been a few different approaches to this, because obviously with YouTube, you're talking about the Alphabet Inc. hardware and infrastructure. They have Google Azure, which is super fast. So they don't encounter the same issue because they're not trying to decentralize the hosting of the video. So when I first looked at this, technologically speaking, I felt as though 3Speak was focusing only on one possible solution instead of looking at every possible solution seriously, because not all technology is made equal, of course, but when you have a recurring issue, specifically when it comes to uploading your content, which is the basic core function of what 3Speak is designed to be, you have to serve your users. You have to offer something to your users that is easy to use. So for me personally, looking at how 3Speak is designed, that it is a Web2 looking application, but has blockchain technology on the back end. I think that's a really good approach, because nobody cares about the technological jargon. They don't want to read a bunch of paragraphs of stuff. So 3Speak needs a way to host the video files and then be able to quickly retrieve them for users when the individual video is selected. I have a good friend. You've probably heard of him, as he goes by the handle KenCode on Hive, and he told me that when 3Speak first announced their Speak network, he went to them personally and asked them if they would consider using CastGarden as part of their tech stack. And for those who don't know, CastGarden is a video live streaming and publishing and syndication platform. It is compatible with Hive, it's compatible with Noster, and it's compatible with the Fediverse app, so Mastodon, PeerTube, that sort of thing. So CastGarden has video live streaming right now and has since day one. 3Speak has spoken about live streaming and adding live streaming support for a long time. And it was Ken's idea that 3Speak could save itself and Hive community a lot of time and money by simply using the existing technology that has been proven to work, which is PeerTube. And PeerTube is fantastic because it's completely free to use, you don't have to pay for it, and it will freely syndicate and distribute your videos to all the other PeerTube instances globally, automatically. So it makes the distribution process much more streamlined. Like you were saying, Art, you want something that is easy to use and that does things automatically for you.
Yeah.
So one of the big things that CastGarden offers is automatically scraping a YouTube feed, or there's a few other video services out there that can still be scraped. And so if you upload something to YouTube and you have it set up to auto sync for CastGarden, it will share all the CBRS videos on CastGarden and then distribute it and syndicate it freely, in addition to already having it on YouTube and Rumble and anywhere else. Yeah. So his approach was more, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, why don't you just use the wheel that we're using right now that works?
Yeah.
And to not pick one side or the other, I just have to say, if you're looking to solve a problem for your users, you should be open to all options. You shouldn't ignore something solely because of any kind of personal matters you might have, because 3Speak is a business, whether people view it that way or not. So in order to better serve your users, you need to be open to every possibility.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of blockchain. We want to distribute information. We don't want to centralize it. We want things to be easy to use. We don't want, a bunch of steps to sign into a wallet. The user experience matters. And so from my perspective, 3Speak needs to consider that there might be better options out there that they haven't looked at like they should. That makes sense.
Do you know about so there's a new announcement made at 3Speak Discord channel, by the way, about the possibility maybe for 3Speak to work together with SPK Network, and I don't know if you ever heard about SPK Network before.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So I mean, do you think that's kind of, is it a better approach, or is it the right step towards a good ending?
So I think it's better than nothing. So that's a good thing. Speak Network as a concept is cool. I feel like a lot of the issues we have with media is because we need a place to store the video, because video they're big files. So perhaps maybe Speak Network succeeds in this regard, and I'm hopeful because I've been here 4 years. I've seen a lot of time spent, debating one solution versus another. And it's important to always remember that even if you might not realize it, time does pass by. So it's been, however many months that 3Speak has had issues, and I can't help but feel like, as a major application on Hive, you can't afford to have that kind of downtime
No.
because
No.
your users need your application to work.
Yeah.
CBRS needs 3Speak so that we can share our content.
Definitely.
It's
Absolutely.
the reason we're all here. So I think that Speak Network is a good start. Obviously, we need to see how it performs under pressure, but I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Now, hence why we're now uploading to YouTube and just embedding
Hmm.
it in a post on Peak,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that's the only solution. The same as
And
for many content creators, who actually are kind of dependent on 3Speak upvotes and the things that they do,
mhm.
Yeah.
especially on the poorer places of the world. But yeah,
Yes.
thank you for your overview about the situation. I hope that
Hmm.
they can come up with some sort of solution, as it sounds for
Yeah.
now that it's a sort of temporary solution. Maybe gonna grow into something more rigid and more specific.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
they need to do something right now to fix that, most definitely, because as you said, they're gonna lose a lot of
Yes.
content creators from there.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Again, thank you, Flynn, for coming here today. It's very interesting to hear some information from like a person that can have a different overview, and you have a way more of a technical background and also as a marketing background that we both share. It's really nice to
Hmm.
hear what we can wait from Hive, and it's actually very nice to hear the the projects that you're working out on, the tokenomics of all human care. It's really something that we need, and something actually that
Yes.
people need.
Yeah. And just to wrap that thought up, my focus has never been on token number go up. I don't personally care if token number goes up. I just want something that works.
Mm.
You know,
Exactly.
like if it requires the Hive token to work, I'm not really interested in it because I want to use something that doesn't require, any extra steps. Because most people are like me; they don't want to go through a procedure of 10 steps to post on a platform.
Yeah.
They
True.
want one click submit. That's how Google's done it. That's how Rumble's done it. Like that,
Yeah.
it's not rocket science. You want the experience to be positive. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why. That's I'm coming back to that also. Lord Butterfly.
Hmm.
He is trying to find a way for new users who are coming to Hive to really understand. Because when you go to your wallet, you'll be like, what is all of that? So he was trying
Yes.
to kind of find a way for new users to really understand what is HBD, what is HP, and especially the registration part. It should be like bam, fast, So yeah, and that you would understand like how all of this is working. Because don't forget, people are coming from Web 2 to Web 3. For them, it's just bunch of numbers filling in. What is
And it
this?
should be as seamless as Web 2 to Web 3 as to Web 2 to Web 2. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like it has to be like just seamless. You just open an app as any other app. You register as fast as possible, and you do your things as quick as possible, as simple as possible, without going through pages like, okay, did you know that the HBD and Hive Power, it should be like very clear and very simple for people to use it
yeah.
without going into the details of technology that is being used behind it.
Like in Leo, they have this very nice approach. It's just you can log in with your Twitter, I
Yeah.
think, or you can create account with your Twitter, and then later
Yeah.
get the Hive wallet.
Yeah. So let's go to another topic. Since Flynn left, again, thanks to Flynn that he came and visited us. Hopefully next time he can come with the whole Evolved Human Care team and tell us a bit more in detail what is happening. The YouTube shorts, memes, and having fun on Mondays. I think that is very important for us, man. So what I'm like freaking out a little bit about is like today we made our own trend.
Yeah.
I walk to Poland. It's this video where I walk, and I walk into some Polish themed thing. Like
Yeah.
last time was a
shop?
Polish shop. Now we passed the Polish
The
embassy.
embassy.
Now. But the funny thing is, like, it's our maybe 10th video, and in 1 hour we got 1,200 views, which
Well,
is
that was like
an hour ago. Yeah, but I don't even want to watch now. You know, but just knowing that all of the other videos like got like 100, 200, 300, you know.
Yeah.
And then this one, like our own trend, that we just made it out of thin air, you know.
Yeah.
Like, walk to Poland. That's it.
yeah.
1 hour, like 1,200 views. It really says what consistency can give you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And being creative, like silly being creative, something that attaches to something, but it's not really like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a short video, and you walk to Poland under Lil Yachty's Poland song, you know, which has a different, how to say, different taste in people's mouth. Some people love it, you know, because like it's like a troll song. It's
Exactly.
a cringe song, but then you put it into action and kind of fits
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to quickly talk about, or just give like a little announcement, is the Like2 CBRS channel that posts all the pictures with the QR codes that you see here, that you can add to Google. How do you call it? Google.
So
Contributor.
so you contribute,
Yeah,
on
you
Google
contribute
Maps.
on Google Maps, but at the same time we also do the Maple. What was it?
Pinme. World mapping. Now it's world mapping. I'm still in Pin Maple because that's
exactly.
the older one.
So world mapping has this thing with a QR code and a picture that people, if they see on the map, they press it, they see a picture with the QR code there.
Yeah.
But at the same time also on Google.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do even more, I think that's what you brought today in the morning, is like to make a broader posts about the places.
Yeah.
Give a bit more context, not
Yeah.
necessarily only with the CBRS sticker, but actually give a little review of the place and what you can find there, put a bit more pictures, you know, from inside, outside, depends where we are.
Yeah. I even posted now. We posted today in the morning. So the picture that is seen on Google Maps.
Yeah, I saw it. That was very, very cool.
But also I'm posting it on Hive to show like how it looks
How
like.
it looks.
You know.
And that it has
So
views also.
It has views and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is awesome. I mean, like every view is another person seeing Hive for itself and just seeing the logo and the QR code. And every human person has some curiosity in him. And well, if I would see it, I would be like, "What is this QR code?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'll just scan it, check it out, and if I don't like it, I just move on. But again, if you've seen it, and then maybe in 1 year you'll really find out more about Hive, and you'll be like, "Wait a second, I've seen this before."
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. So
Yeah, it's very cool. So I think since the podcast is going a little bit to the end, also today we're doing it with a bit different lighting. It's 4 p.m. and it's already dark
It's
in the
already
Netherlands.
dark, yeah.
But that's winter for you. I think the best way to finish up and wrap this podcast is with our infamous handshake, you know?
Oh, what was the handshake? Wait,
Yeah,
okay.
this. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, and till next Monday.
Yes.
Bye bye.